Okay, can you check if it's working? Like if we get a notification?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay. So then I'd say we are running as well as the Soul guy in the Sauber is coming out at this first.
Yeah, I think we are live. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here at the brand new Nürburgring. My name is Miran FG. Joining me in the commentary box as always is Rowan. Say hello, Rowan.
Hello Miran, it's good to be back here for F1. After a week without F1 we went for Formula E electric racing, which was interesting to say the least, and now we're back into hybrids, pretty much.
Definitely. Good to be back as always. Feels longer than a week to be honest, but yeah. But as you can see, originally we were supposed to run the Canadian Grand Prix at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, but that didn't work too well with AI. So we are here in sunny Germany, here in the hills of Eiffel for the European Grand Prix.
I'm looking forward to it. It's a completely different track than Canada. Canada's the circuit is Gilles Villeneuve. It's a really tight, not only it's a street circuit, so it's your approach is really different than a permanent circuit like the Nürburgring. You know, here you have runoff where you can outbrake yourself and really push yourself to the further perhaps than the limits. I would say. Well, in Canada, you really need to calm yourself sometimes. You don't want to be too optimistic before you enter the wall.
Definitely. Yeah, you compare the two circuits. Canada's very narrow. It's easy to make mistakes there, especially corners like the Wall of Champions and the last chicane and all of that. It's hard to get right. But the Nürburgring, it's a lot more traditional. This circuit was first opened in the 1920s, I think it was.
Yeah, that was with the old Nordschleife attached to it.
Yeah. The Nürburgring Nordschleife, also known as the Green Hell, but we're not running there today. We are running the Nürburgring GP-Strecke, which is the Grand Prix layout of this circuit. 5.148 kilometers, 15 turns, and a race lap record of 1:28.139. But I do believe there are no DRS zones on this circuit, so it will be...
Yeah, there are DRS zones.
Oh, there are?
Yeah, on the main straight and like the straight we're coming, like before the chicane. Like here, it should be a DRS zone, like you see. It is opened. We have a DRS zone, it's a braking zone. Very slow and tricky chicane, as the downforce peels off. You really need to be careful with your foot before you lock up or either spin.
Yeah, this circuit, I haven't driven it that much, but from the experiences that I have driven it, it is pretty fun. A lot of elevation changes, as we can see here. Zolga coming down the turn, you can see the track just absolutely going down here. It's very hard. It's almost blind as the track rises up again now for turn 3. And yeah, it is quite an interesting track, and I must say it is quite fun to drive it around in Formula cars. But I do think, yeah, we have some times coming in now.
Yep, I think that is Suto who set the fastest lap so far in the Williams. Is there Galen Harris in the Haas is 5 tenths behind that, seems. But yeah, Harris, as I said, it's Harris I think in the Haas.
Yeah, Harris only 5 tenths back as Alfred Klaus and Darrell Daniel now go first and second respectively. But Galen Harris, honestly, he's been on, as Daniel's getting a bit held up here by the Renault there in front.
So now we see more laps coming in. There's Jesper Johansson in the Mercedes being behind Dennis Grafdas. FG sits into P4 and Mohamed Patel in a Red Bull is into P3 as we get Franco Gamba, I think it is, in P8 in the Force India. That's his teammate Alexander Arnold. He's in P11 stuck.
I must say though, Galen Harris, not quite far off the top midfield drivers in a Haas. He's doing pretty good. He scored a P4 back in Spain. That was incredible for the Haas team and for Harris himself. So he's got a really good result, and I definitely think he'll be carrying on the pace he had from Spain to Nürburgring. But we have all 20 drivers now setting a lap time. It's Jesper Johansson on pole by a tenth of a second, and it is Enis Barachki down in P20.
Yeah, the last point scorer for the Spanish Grand Prix, Enis Barachki. He finished P10 in the McLaren, which is not really onto the pace right now. So very incredible, a very incredible race from him as well, I must admit.
Yeah, definitely. If you didn't watch the Spanish Grand Prix, you should definitely watch it. It is up on our YouTube channel. It was a very chaotic race. We saw a lot of spins and a lot of crashes, and
especially the first corner.
And we saw some standout performances, definitely from Gavin Harris and Enis Barachki. Dragging that McLaren up into P10 was surely not an easy task to do, and he's proven, he has proven his worth on the track, as both Force Indias of Gamba and Arnold go P8 and P11 at the moment. So Arnold just barely out of reach at the top 10, just 3/10 off Courtney Simpson, I think that is in the
So we have the manufacturer Mercedes driving pretty much its home Grand Prix. The manufacturer sitting behind the home hero, I'd say, Dennis Graff. Very
definitely. I was just gonna bring that up actually. Home race for Graff and Arnold. Yeah, 2 drivers. So they are definitely gonna want to show off in front of the home crowd today.
Yeah.
And Graff not that far off Johansson, actually, only 3/10.
Johansson's now stuck a bit behind the dirty air of Graff. So yeah, the chicane very tricky braking zone. It's very easy to overshoot it. So there he goes. Seems to make it through Pride quite well there. Dennis Graff, can he maybe improve something? Home hero is 7/10 off his lap, let's say 4/10 off. So there in the hairpin now we see a bit of racing, and like you said, the hairpin. I think
Daniel
it's Patel.
Daniel and Klaus looks like.
Klaus, yeah. And Klaus also a home race, from German roots.
I think.
Not even sure.
Not quite sure, but yeah, I think it is a German surname, as Barachki goes P18, so he drags himself out of the last position.
Also got a bit of a train here, and now Alfred Klaus goes on the inside into the hairpin there. We've seen Schumacher and Montoya come together here. They seem to get a bit better than them through there, but Klaus really had to go over the curb in the grass there. We'll hear that about him there.
I think Proziuk improved as well. Not sure if he gained any positions, but
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's up into P14, but he did improve on his time. So, but yeah, you can see a bit of a train forming behind.
It's pretty much a rail train, I think.
Kulasek, I'm not sure.
Yeah, as you can see, both Reynolds being in a bit of a disappointment place right now. It is P16 for Kulasek and P17 for Rail Patel, and that's 10 of a second difference. You can now see a bit of track racing going along the main straight. 2.9 seconds off for Alfred Klaus. He will definitely wants to improve it. As there, Dennis Graff goes on the inside. Does he make it stick? It's not easy to overtake here, as it's most of the cases on the current F1 cars. As you can see, Dennis Graff.
Someone really needs to tell these guys that it's not the race yet, because they are absolutely honest. I mean, look at
it's that Graff!
And Graff goes round, and he's into the wall. Might be a penalty for Klaus, I believe. And yeah, it looks to be stuck, but
yeah, he seems there. He's moving the steering wheel. He's straight there.
Yeah, not sure if
I think he's stuck there.
Graff can get out of the wall, but that is not good for the German at his home race.
That's very painful. A very silly spin, I'd say. It was a little bit of contact there, and I don't know where the Ferrari just went. It seems very weird to race that hard in qualifying, but they surely have a reason for it, as Graff is back in the pits.
I need to check the replay just on the stream. It looked like... Oh, that is strange.
Yeah.
looked like. I think. I mean, Dennis looked to be ahead in the corner. Alfred was behind. And I think coming into the middle of the corner, Alfred accidentally clipped Dennis and he just went round. But yeah, I can't really blame any of them at the moment.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it's very frustrating to be behind a different car.
And Graf, I think he will be out, or at least back on track. Hopefully it doesn't end up with like his teammate Miranevji back in Bahrain, where he had a crash, I think, and he couldn't get back onto qualifying, and yeah, the mechanics couldn't fix his car in time, but hopefully they will for Dennis, as Johansson is still on pole by 0.3 of a second. But yeah, Johansson has had quite a good qualifying run, hasn't he, these last few races? He took pole in no, he didn't take pole in Bahrain, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Yeah,
he
took pole in Bahrain, took pole in Spain, and now he's on provisional pole in Germany. So yeah, he's had a really dominant qualifying run at the moment, but no race wins to his name yet.
Yeah, he had a very big chance, to be honest, in Spain, after being a bit further down the grid, but there he messed up himself, as Mohammed Patel in the Red Bull, in the meantime, goes 5 times up on Mercedes of Johansson there.
That is impressive. Where did he get that lap time from? Wow!
Oh, that is...
I mean, tops him by 0.6. That is certainly a really, really strong lap time from Mohammed Patel. We haven't really seen many good lap times emerge from
the Rebel driver.
From him, to be honest. Yeah, we haven't seen many like standout lap times. I mean, he's been usually a few tenths off Klaus, but never that dominant. Jesus,
I've seen him.
Yeah, really.
That's made a podium in Spain a week ago, so that maybe gave him a bit of confidence, I must admit. Is that Johansson there in the Mercedes? Struggles there. As you can see a bit
Johansson looked to improve by a few hundredths, but again, not enough to topple Patel's time.
Yeah. I must admit, I'm very curious how the Pirelli tires will hold out on this. So, I mean, it's not really known to be a stretch or like a heavy tire circuit. As in the meanwhile, McTire in the McLaren goes into P12. Very impressive there as well.
Yeah, really good lap time from McIntyre. Two McLaren drivers really look to be carrying their cars. I mean, honestly, McIntyre in P12, and I mean, I can't really say the same for Praxi, but P12 is a really, really good lap time from Lewis McIntyre, the Brit, to put a P12. We'll see if he will keep that position with 6 minutes remaining in qualifying.
Frederick Suto goes into P8. I think he came from P4. I'm not sure where he came from.
It was P10.
P10. Well, like I was saying in a few moments ago, I'm wondering how the tires will hold out in the circuit. I mean, you have a few fast corners, but it's not really known to be a very tire aggressive circuit like Bahrain or something. You know, so I'm curious, as we haven't seen these Pirelli tires being run here. These wide and bulky tires from Pirelli.
Yeah, but I don't think this will be such a... I mean, yeah, this track has quite a lot of twists and turns, and it is quite a traditional old-school circuit, but I don't know, not really sure. We haven't seen tire wear play a major factor in any of these races yet. But yeah, we don't know at the moment, so we'll just wait and see until the race begins, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see, as they don't run free practice here, so the teams don't know either. They just have to gamble on it and rely on the simulator.
I think Rahul Patel is on quite a good lap down P18, so...
Yeah, it's a bit... well, I don't think he's gonna get the ball, but he's gonna get... Let's see... P12, well, he jumps up. But the Reynolds have been really disappointing for now.
Yeah, definitely. Not they wouldn't want to be down as this, as Giulio Cisetti now goes P11. And I think Josef Fredrik Suto went up into P6. As,
Yeah, he did indeed.
as Victor Album in chat asks, am I in the race? And
Maybe you're watching from the
responds,
sidelines. Maybe he's watching from the sidelines in the pit lane.
yeah, reserve duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just pretend you're in the pit lane watching Victor.
Sparansky is going into Bruce, but he's into P9 as the McLaren team. It's now not really helping each other out, as Mengtaya there gets released in front of him, as there Daniel goes into P3. I don't know where he came from. I think P4 or 5 maybe. But he puts Mercedes into P3 there. As, I don't know how about you, but I have seen impressive things from Daniel, but also like a bit odd things, like Spain last race. It was a very tough race for both Mercedes drivers. But we saw
Johansson was
crashing
stuck
out
in the gravel, if I remember, and Daniel collided with Sauber, I think it was.
Yeah.
But Daniel is currently 1/10 up there in Sector 1, I think that is, so he should be able to top Johansson's time.
If you can keep
he
it together.
does finish.
Yeah, as I was saying, Spain was a very painful race for the Mercedes. They rather forget it, as you see, as Johansson collided there with there was Dennis Graff, the two leaders fighting for the position in turn 1, went side by side, and then they just collided. I find it a very strange incident as a stewards team with the racing incident.
Yeah, but now as Daniel approaches the final few turns, the final chicane, and now around the final corner, we're gonna see what lap time it will be for the Hungarian.
I think he might
Mercedes
actually
driver.
get that. That is... Oh, that's with 400ths of a second off, or with 4,000ths of a second off even. Very
that
close.
is close.
As I had to see, I think that's Klaus fighting a Williams there for position, I'd say. That is indeed Alfred Klaus. The other home, the German, as their Brotschuk in the Haas goes into P11. Very neat job from him there. They get closer and closer the longer the session lasts. As we see Daniel being stuck behind Klaus, who is stuck behind Williams of Tempestini or Suto. I think that's Suto. I think. I'm not too sure. Maybe it is Tempestini. Yeah. But Tempestini not really in the place to let both cars go past him. I see that's really clear from him. There, Klaus goes on the inside there, now has the outside on the chicane. There, Klaus goes on the cross. There, mounts a cup there. Klaus went off there actually. Klaus went off the track there, wow. That was a bit of silly racing there.
Klaus has definitely been involved in many incidents today.
It's been odd.
Yeah, 2 incidents just in qualifying. That is quite unusual for a driver of his caliber, but yeah. So what time is remaining qualifying?
It's 1 minute remaining, pretty much. Okay, it's now...
So 1 minute is now remaining in qualifying.
50 seconds.
I think Klaus will be able to get a lap time in.
FC 8/10 of the pole time there. Maybe I expect more of MC, to be honest, but you can see the tires there. Maybe he's struggling with tire wear a bit. As you can see, there's already a bit of a darker spots on the tire. I wonder if that affects his. I would say it is so. There behind him, Dennis Graff, his teammate there, home hero, who was been in the spin already. As there, FC very close actually to pole position. There's just only 6,000 off. So he definitely improved there. As I don't know what Graff did in the background, but what I do know is that this will be something close for a pole.
Yeah, we are definitely gonna watch this lap with great interest, and yeah, we will see if FG can.
So checkered flag has fallen. We see 13 cars still having to put in lap times. So who knows?
I don't think there'll be an improvement.
No, that's 6 tenths down. Rail Patel went P14 there. His quality is over. Then there's Graf, there's Klaus there. I don't know, it jumps them, goes P4. That pushes FG out of the top 5. Graf in the home hero is P5. Like I see, I don't think Graf will improve as he's stuck behind his teammate still. So that might be some cause some tension for Ferrari. So there, here they go over the line. That's not pole for Graf. It's not an improvement for any of them. Oh dear, Miran FG, you might be in a bit of trouble there within the team, as both Ferrari drivers there running each other in the way, especially FG running in the way of Graf. And that will be something the Ferrari team will debrief afterwards.
Definitely, but it is Mohammed Patel on pole position for the first time in the ACOC, so great result from him to put it onto pole position. But yeah, definitely, as you said, tensions at Ferrari. FG holding up Graf as they're down in P5 and P6. That is not gonna look good for the Ferrari team. But it is gonna look really good for Red Bull as their drivers start 1st and 4th.
Yeah,
so we will see what will happen. I do definitely think this is gonna be quite an interesting start. As
there's a lot of wind actually there as well. You can see it's 17 kilometers. Then asphalt temperature of 24 degrees and it's 17 degrees Celsius in the air. Track grip is 95% and it's 4:30.
Yeah. But let's get underway with the race, shall we?
Yep, indeed.
As it is Mohammed Patel on the pole. First time here in the ACOC. Doubles down. Can do anything about it in a second? And we are away for the European Grand Prix. We're away. But it's a good start from Mohammed Patel, but even a better start for Jesper Johansson there at the back, as he's almost alongside his teammate Darvos Daniels to go 2 file there. Then it's Graf and Alfred Klaus there, but it's Mohammed Patel who holds the lead from Johansson, as Johansson gets past his Mercedes teammate Daniel, as those two are having a bit of a battle there up ahead. But yeah, Mohammed Patel leads from Daniel, from Johansson, from Graf, from Klaus. And MG has fallen back quite a lot. He's down into P7, so it has been a horrible start for the Ferrari driver. But Mohammed Patel already 1.5 seconds in the lead. That is a great start from him. As I do think Dennis Graf is trying to go on
round the outside. That's gonna be a tough one there. It's a slow corner. I think there's a bit of contact there.
Johansson has to back out of it.
Now in the Schumacher S, it's a flat out corner pretty much, but is Graf gonna take it flat out? Yes, he is. Now Johansson, can you maybe do something about it? On the inside there, but also there is Klaus looking for something.
Well, this is certainly gonna turn into an interesting battle as they head through turn 11, the Warsteiner Kurve. Now on to turn 12. Johansson looks at the DRS on Graf, but is it going to be enough as they approach the final chicane now?
To touch the brakes
13.
there. He had to touch the brakes to avoid slamming into Dennis Graf, so I think that's not going to be it there indeed. Now, can you maybe do something into the first corners? Mohammed Patel speeds away with Daniel chasing. Graf being under pressure from the other Mercedes. So there we see. As you can see, Klaus also being 4 tenths behind. I wonder what he can do, to be honest.
Yeah, Klaus definitely has a chance for this. But yeah, Mohammed Patel is just driven off, honestly. He has had a really, really good start to his race.
This is the first time he's actually leading.
Yeah, this is the first time he is leading, but Graf still under pressure from Johansson, not that much though, but Johansson is gonna watch out for his fellow Swedish compatriot behind. Alfred Klaus will be chasing him down for P4.
Yep.
So Johansson has a bit of defensive work to do.
I wonder if we can get closer, to be honest, because Johansson seems to have lost the connection a bit towards Graf. We might better start looking backwards towards Klaus.
Yeah, definitely. But Milan FG, really bad start for him. I mean, he's fallen down to P7.
Terrible
been
start
overtaken
there.
by the Williams of Suto. But it is good news for Suto. He's overtaking a Ferrari, so that will be something to write home about for him.
Terrible start indeed for FG. I wonder what happened to him as Daniel sets the fastest lap. As Mohammed Patel is only 1.6 seconds ahead, and it's so close. But then again, the dirty air is really not helping the drivers behind either. As dirty airs in these cars are very harsh, as we have seen before.
Definitely.
Again, it seems like Daniel
now there is a question in my head, Rowan, that I would like to ask you. Now this circuit is not the longest circuit, obviously. It's 5 point something. I can't remember, 5.148. So it's not really that long of a circuit. Do you think we might see back markers emerge?
It's a very good question, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But it's easy. I'd say it's easier to pass back markers here than in, for example, Spain. So there might be less for trouble here. Just in the background, Jesper Johansson there, just coming very close to taking Graf there, but he has to go on the grass and slam on the brakes. It seems like nearly, but maybe he can get a real good rush. He locks up there. You saw the tire stop there for a second. So now, can he maybe get a good run onto the home straight? Mohammed Patel is just still leading away, but there, Daniel is a tenth faster. I mean, you can see Johansson there really wanting to get past there, but he can't find a place to do it at the moment. He said it was easy to pass, but it doesn't seem too easy for Jesper Johansson. He might want to be a bit more cautious than last week, as these two have collided earlier, so the gloves might be completely off for both of them. I don't think Graf is really willing to let Johansson pass that easy.
Yeah, this is quite a difficult circuit to overtake. I mean, a lot of flowing left-right corners. Kind of hard to stick it up the inside. Turn 7 here. It's definitely probably the greatest bet you have for overtaking, or down at turn 1, but other than that there isn't really many overtaking spots, but still a very fun circuit to drive nonetheless.
Yeah, we've seen enough efforts into the hairpin turn 7 also in the past, and we've seen that was already tricky enough, especially for Juan Pablo Montoya, I think it was, in the Williams that time. Wanting to go on the inside of Michael Schumacher, and the collided there. Schumacher was the one who lost out. So yeah, definitely not easy to pass, as you say. As when if you cannot pass in the mid 2000s, then it's definitely going to be a tricky one in the 2017 cars. They're way wider than the old cars.
Yeah, cars just get bigger and bigger for every era, don't they? As Darvos Daniel improves on his fast lap once again, but Johansson still chasing down Graf. Johansson does not look to be that fast in the first sector. He looks to improve a lot in the third sector, it feels like. Because he usually gets much closer to Graf in the last sector, but Graf still holding off the Mercedes quite well for his.
Also surprised me is the fact that that the tires are so worn out already. Look at it, you can see the graining already there. It should not be that hot on the tires.
Yeah, definitely not. It might be a visual glitch, but I can't be sure. But any battles in the midfield, it does not look like it actually.
Yeah. You can see there to the hairpin type corner. There, Milan FG tries to get his position back, but he's also losing out. It seems like to Frederick Suto, that is, I believe. Ahead.
Yeah, FG's pace is just gone. I mean, you can't seem to find pace anywhere. Definitely not to Suto and the Williams as well, which is quite surprising considering the fact he's in a Ferrari. But hopefully he will be able to catch up later on. But one man who is catching a Ferrari as well is still Jesper Johansson, still going at it. There was Daniel, another fastest lap. He's just punching in those lap times, but doesn't look to close in on Mohamed Patel.
It's like Cyril Patel, yeah, and Kulasek, and he's a bit closer than the Mercedes was towards Graf. But can he do anything about it? It doesn't seem like it. He has to stuck behind his teammate. Very, very annoying. As you don't want to stay behind your teammate, and you don't want to sit behind anyone in general. Formula 1, as the cars really gets tougher to drive the closer you are with dirty air and stuff. And there's so much downforce.
Sorry,
Frank Gamba seems to go a bit wide there. That opens up the space for his teammate Arnold on the inside. The Force India is there into turn 7. That seems to be done already, but I think Gamba's fighting back. There's a bit of contact there, I think. No, yeah, you need to get a place back, Arnold. You're not gonna get a place that easy from your teammate. You have to fight for it.
It was a bit of a good scrap there between the two Force Indias, but Gamba keeps his P10 at the moment, and Arnold down in P11.
Yeah.
But Ruslan Protsiuk in P9, I just noticed. Really good from the Haas driver, as Mohamed Patel now sets the fast lap as we approach lap 7. But Protsiuk up in P9, wow, that is quite a good result for the Russian at the moment in the American Haas team.
Let's get the other Haas of Harris, who last finished P4, now in P16 there. Yeah,
there's a move at the back, I think that is. Is that Patel on...
No, that's Kulasek. On the inside of Cisetti there, the Italian there, being there, pushed a bit wide there, he jumps nearly the whole cup. And that opens up the space for Patel. Can he go around the outside? That doesn't seem like it, or will he? There. Oh, the wheel to wheel there.
Go around the outside.
Down on the inside.
To the inside now for Patel. But he's a bit slow there.
Kulasek has the overspeed there. And I don't think there's Simpson in the background is fighting Harris. There goes a bit wide.
Yeah, but in the grass there for Simpson. Might that allow Galen Harris to have a look on the Toro Rosso drive? But no. It's actually going to allow Lewis McIntyre to maybe have a go on Galen Harris. The Brit versus the Greek, who's gonna get this? But looks like Harris
has a faster car, to be honest.
Yeah, Harris has the faster car, so he will keep that P16. But one man who's keeping P3 still is Dennis Graf. Johansson not being able to challenge him just yet, as they know.
If you can get a good run there, it should be enough. But it doesn't seem like he gets good enough as Graf runs a bit away. And it's not like he'll easily pass him again. As there's a lockup there from Graf. You saw the smoke. I think it was from Graf. Is there Rahul Patel again behind his teammate, who is getting a DRS from, I think, the Italian Toro Rosso of Cicetti. No, still not passed. Still behind. Yeah, this really shows how tough it is to overtake in modern F1 cars. I mean, it never was easy, but now it's even harder. So now Mir and FG still within a second behind. Yeah, that's very disappointing for the Swedes. There he locks up as well. Why not? You know, the tires are ruined already. Why not ruin them more?
Yeah, pace is just absolutely gone for FG. Can't seem to catch up to that Williams. But yeah, you said, I mean, these cars are wide, and now 2017 had new regulations on the cars, so they just became even wider, and that just makes it even more difficult to overtake. As here's Glock and Paratsky.
Yeah, that's one better for Glock there. He goes to the Schumacher S. Yeah, it's flat out corner. There's no way you stick a wheel beside, unless you want to collide with someone, but I don't think that's what you want when pedaling wheel to wheel. Snow. Yeah, no, Paratsky is just falling off right now as the Sauber of Glock would sail off, I think, nearly. Snow. Arnold. can he in the Force India maybe do something about his Italian teammate ahead? It's Gamba. I mean, it's not easy to, he knows it's not easy to overtake his teammate. We've seen it. He's not gonna give up the position easily. And they just run behind each other.
Yeah, DRS does not look to be
very effective.
Yeah, not very effective. Sadly, we can't have anything that allows DRS to only be activated for if you're under a second, because AC does not support that, and we are not good in programming either, so it would be quite hard.
Yeah, but, it's very. I don't think the engine, the graphical, the engine that runs physics and stuff allows it, so it's gonna be very tough to implement. So we have to deal with it right now, and I hope that maybe later on with the regulations, we don't need DRS that much. So now Jesper Johansson goes on the grass there for a reason, as their Graf locks up. But on the curb there for Johansson, that allows Graf to run away. And you can see 4/10 of difference between Patel and Daniel. I don't know if Daniel, he doesn't seem to really catch up to him. So now maybe Klaus can stick a brave move on the edge, but he doesn't do it. He's very neat behind. And well, it's a great train, to be honest.
Yeah, a bit of a train from behind Johansson, but he's putting Graf under quite a lot of pressure. But someone else is putting someone under pressure is Rahul Patel on his teammate Wojtek Kolasek.
Yeah.
So yeah, the battle for P13 is still not over yet.
I wonder if someone ever be brave and just comes in and gets fresh rubber. I mean, you fall back completely to last and stuff, but you have the way fresher tires. You can see the grading on all the other tires there. It's a risk to they're all a risk to a puncture, it seems like. Can someone get closer? 6/10s. You can see it's really a train there between behind Kulasek. There ahead.
Gamba
is now still ahead of his teammate Arnold. And we've seen that the two Force Indians put up a show more often, but right now it's Gamba, the Italian, winning.
Yeah, Gamba is holding off his teammate quite well, to be honest. I mean, yeah, really good defending from the Italian.
Now Klaus goes here. So, who is chasing Johansson, who is being held up by Graf. You can say what you want, but Graf's doing an amazing job defending him. He just keeps that gap wide enough so the DRS isn't effective enough, and he also can't make him really a dive bomb, and he doesn't seem to really overload his tires either right now.
Yeah, Klaus looks to be having a bit of issues catching Johansson, or yeah, looks a bit slower through sector 2 here. Looks to be quite slower actually, so
so maybe his tires going, dropping off the cliff. I mean, it's a technical circle, you really need your tires.
Yeah, tire saving is gonna be very.
So we have a leader.
Yeah, Klaus's teammate Rahul Patel leading all of the laps. I mean, that is quite incredible. Might he be en route for a Grand Slam here?
Who knows? I mean, he still needs to set the fastest lap. As Paratsky there. Yeah, we don't really get back markers as of now, so that's not a problem for Mohamed Patel right now. But there will be one later, I'd say.
We have seen back markers play quite an influential role in races. Back in Australia, you know, Alfred Klaus lost the win due to Andrew Glock.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't think Alfred still forgives Andrew for what happened, but yeah.
You can see the FG is nearly 2/10 slower than Suto there, and that is at least 2 seconds slower than Patel. A very tough race as of now for Miran FG. We will stay P7. can't seem to make up the gap either.
Yeah, definitely a race to forget for the Swede.
Yeah, I mean, the race not over till it's finished, but as of now, it's a very problematic race for the Swedes, who just can't find a space.
Yeah, but I must say Dennis Groff is doing a really good job at holding off Johansson, which is driving really consistently to hold off Jesper at the moment. But Jesper is still putting him under quite a lot of pressure, but Johansson is also being put under pressure by Klaus behind. But you can see just how much Johansson gains here.
Yeah, wants to go on the inside there, but has to stamp the brakes again there. And he doesn't want to go on the inside again. But he keeps it on the outside for some reason. That's gonna cost some speed and time. There, even worse exit there. Yeah, I don't think he'll be close enough again. Or yeah, no, he loses out again. 4 tenths. It is. So you need around 2 tenths to get in to make the slipstream effective.
Now we're gonna see if he gets a good slipstream.
No, he's
does
still
not
far
know.
back.
No.
Just no.
Yeah. Unless your opponent makes a mistake in the last corner, it's almost impossible to get a good run on him into turn 1. So it is quite hard, but we carry on.
Yeah.
But Darville's Daniel, actually, I just noticed he's closed down the gap to under a second, so he's 9 tenths behind Mohammed Patel. Do you think Daniel will be able to catch Patel?
I mean, the lap times of Daniel have been faster lately than Mohammed Patel, so yeah, who knows. Plus, the back markers are there to be found as well later on, so that makes it tough for Patel there. As we've seen the back markers not wanting to go out the way there.
Definitely, back in Bahrain, we had a bit of back marker issues at the last lap. Jesper Johansson was held up by a Sauber on the last lap, but luckily it didn't affect him too much, and that allowed him to get the race win in Bahrain.
They're on the inside. I think they're now side by side this time. On the
now
grass,
into the last chicane.
Goes there. Is there Graf there? Is there
Johansson over the curb, and he's over the grass, but Johansson keeps P3. That's gonna allow Klaus to get involved. Side by side with Graf coming into turn 50, the last corner.
There's the guardrail there.
Well, Graf is gonna keep P4 but Jesper Johansson is up into the podium positions.
That took way too long for the Swede, to be honest. As we can see, yeah, now it's just Graf falling off, I think, as well. It might be a tire issue as well for both Ferraris. As they both struggled there really hard out of nowhere. And for a second, Johansson really got overspeed on him into that right-hand kink. And now he managed to get alongside there. It's very brave, but he did. As we can see now, Klaus seems, as we can see, the lead is there, as Daniel now is way closer to Patel.
I think Mohammed Patel's tires might be falling off, I'm gonna be honest.
It's very tough to say. I wonder who did more running.
Was, I mean, like 10 laps ago was what, 1.5, 1.7?
Something among those lines.
Yeah, now it's 1.4. No, 0.4. What am I saying? Yeah, look how much he's closing in.
Yeah, that might be. That might be a tire issue.
I think Daniel's gone for tire saving here. So, I mean, yeah, just look at that pace difference. That is incredible. Yeah, Daniel just absolutely closing in on Patel, but don't think there's going to be a move into turn 1. Definitely next lap, though, I'd say, if I had to.
I'd say he might get him in the middle sector, but he loses it in the first sector, which is very strange to me.
Daniel is just all over the back of that Red Bull, and I do think an overtake for the lead is going to happen shortly.
It depends on how he handles sectors. As tires, you can't really put too much stress on your tires because you don't. The main basic plan is to not box. But as of right now, it's really no one can really tell what you're doing, as tires are really unpredictable. So
yeah,
8 tenths you lost out compared to the last lap.
I think even if I'm not sure if Mercedes lead the championship in the constructors. I I didn't update the championship standings, which I kind of regret not doing right now because I completely forgot. But yeah, I think Daniel is gonna want to definitely get this win after the DNF in Hungary. Mercedes scored no points in Spain.
Yeah.
While their rivals Ferrari did.
Oh, there goes all the grass there. That's not gonna help you, as the gap is widened there. As we can see.
Yeah, Daniel
6/10
really lost a lot of time, honestly.
Now Klaus with a good run, perhaps. Klaus, can you get a good run? I don't think he can, to be honest. He was faster than Graf. Nothing really to be done there right now. You can see Red Bull chasing a Ferrari. But he is faster here than the Ferrari, it seems.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't see Klaus getting ahead of Graf. Graf has... I mean, yeah, Johansson got ahead of Graf, but that was because he kind of forced Graf into a mistake. But Klaus, I don't know, Graf is he's really good at defending. So I don't know, Klaus is...
Yeah, we know.
Might get a bit might get a bit like Johansson and get impatient, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I can't really say anything at the moment.
In the meantime, Daniel has fallen up to a gap of 1.6 seconds. So that mistake has cost him. Maybe floor damage over that curb. Sam really grind that curb like it was a skateboard there. So yeah, that's not gonna help your flow either. Yeah, we know how important the floor is now from the one car. If you lose it, you lose a big chunk of downforce. So who knows? It might be an issue. But what I do know is that Klaus might actually send it here, but he's a little too far back. Now on the exit there, yeah, locks up there. You see it? That took him 2 tenths again. Now into this corner, yeah, he loses out more here due to duty, I'd say. And that's it. No attack either again.
Yeah, I don't think Klaus is gonna go for the move anytime soon. But yeah, Daniel's pace has just kind of faded. I think you might be right on him having floor damage. Can't seem to spot any damage on TV. I think it might be the just like the under tray, I think. But
might be a small bit of vortex generators that just fall off and that influence your car really bad. So who knows? Might be a small thing to see on TV, but in reality, it's a major part. So you can see, yeah, it really fades in the second sector. You know, that's we're on 50% of the race right now, and our back markers here are now on the main straight. Swarovski is still chasing for the Sauber. I don't think we really see back markers as of right now on the race.
Yeah, back markers not playing. As here we go. Alexander Arnold finally getting past his teammate Franco Gamba.
Yeah, so now we'll see who has the better pace between the two Force Indias.
Yeah, Arnold up into the points positions now.
Yeah.
So he'll score a 1 point to Force India. But yeah, Force India have fallen back a bit, I notice. But that's going to be good for Williams in the constructors battle.
So now for some reason, I can't really find a reason, but it seems like Daniel now, as he was 2 tenths faster than Mohammed Patel on the last lap. So who knows, maybe he found space back. I wouldn't see a reason why he would drop the pace, as he was quite close. Then messed up once in the chicane, and now he dropped back. So FG and Frederick Suto actually set an identical lap time there.
Wow.
I mean, that's something you would not expect, especially not in a race.
I think FG might be closing in on Suto.
Yeah, now he's 1.1 second behind again.
As Alexander Arnold now puts Ruslan Protsiuk in his sights, and we're gonna see if Arnold can get Protsiuk. I think it won't be that big of a challenge for Arnold if he gets past Protsiuk, since the Haas is quite considerably slower than the Force India. But I think we have seen good examples of lower midfield cars fighting against upper midfield cars. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. And I think if there will be an overtake, it will be in the following the laps. Like, this Arnold actually went a bit wide there. That's gonna allow his teammate Gamba to.
Gamba, no, it's going the inside. He's too far back. It's a
Yeah,
lock up there from Gamba, I think that was. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lock up from Gamba. So you can tell he's pushing to try to get past Arnold.
Is that again? I didn't got lap times from Graf and Klaus this time. I really want to play the
What
copy.
kind of coincidence is this?
I really want to play the copy game right now.
I've never seen anything like this. Four different drivers matching each other on same lap times and different laps. That is really strange.
I mean, we've seen drivers match lap times before, but that was in qualifying back in the time the cars were in disadvantage. And again, look, Protchuk and Arnold setting identical lap times.
Okay, I think this might be a glitch of some sort. I have no idea why that's happening.
But they're actually...
There's no way that... I mean, these things happen. That is really, really strange.
That's a 1 in a million chance, to be honest.
Definitely. That is super strange.
FG's still in the Ferrari on the Williams sandwich. And he fancies a run past that Williams anytime soon, but it's not really looking positive for him either.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be closing in on Suto anymore.
Same goes for Klaus, who was falling back. Yeah, the gap started to form.
Klaus just looks to be holding the same gap as he had to Graf before. And Johansson doesn't really look to be catching Daniel, as he's 8.4 seconds behind P2. So I don't think he will be catching P2 realistically. But Daniel, I think he's not catching Patel either. So
oh, maybe in the latter stage of the race. Who knows? It's very tough to say. The two Williams there go really closely other times there.
Also, could you check the leader gaps? Because I think maybe I don't know if Patel has lapped anyone yet.
Let's see. It says wait. It's 25 seconds between the back mark, like 24 seconds towards the leader and the back markers.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Patel might... I think maybe in 10 laps time, I think we might be coming up to some lapped cars.
I mean, we've seen the Spanish Grand Prix also becoming spicy in the last few laps as well. Like the main of the race was they were racing, but it was quite a big difference as well. So who knows? The back markers started dropping really late.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, not much action going on at the moment. Patel's been leading comfortably the entire race. Took pole. Yeah, quite a good performance from him, the man from Britain, who scored his first podium back in Spain, and now things are just looking up for him. So it's going to be a really good day for Red Bull. As well, with their drivers finishing first and 5th for Klaus. Could have been P3 for Klaus as well, but yeah, race isn't over yet, so
it's far from over, yeah. It's not,
yeah,
I know, 2.3 seconds. Has he made it as then made a mistake or something?
I think he might have. That is quite a big time loss.
Yeah, it is. Very weird to see it happen there so often. You think he'd be a bit more consistent there? As the back markers are what, 3 seconds slower than the front runners. So, and they need to lose, and they still need 20 seconds to go to the first back marker. So they need 10 laps. So yeah, indeed, like you said, in the last few laps they'll maybe catch each other. So yeah, I wouldn't instantly switch off right now, even though it's not really happening a lot right now. There'll be more action later on, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely action. I definitely predict that there will be more action later on. as if we could go back to the gap or the relative time screen.
Yeah. It's 2.7 seconds. That's I know we're a big gap, and it's Mohammed Patel leading, but it's definitely not over, as backmarkers have been known to spoil the parties for the race leaders. So who knows? There, 3.2 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think Daniel's gonna catch Patel. I think Patel might have this in the bag, to be honest.
Oh no, it's 3.3 seconds. Yeah, he's definitely widening the gap. I wonder why, but yeah, I'd say the back markers might play an interesting role here as well. So who knows? As of right now, it's 3.3 seconds from Daniel towards Patel, but that's absolutely clocking out right now.
Yeah, Patel's just absolutely. I mean, he's just absolutely checked out, hasn't he? I mean,
yeah, yes.
3.5 ahead of Daniel, so I really can't see anything happening unless the lap cars play some sort of role.
Yep. So it's a big of a issue. So I can see Paretsky now exiting the hairpin there. Yeah, they're definitely coming closer. But it might be tire wear or something. As you can see, him nearly completely missed the apex. And it's Paretsky, who was in chase of the Sauber there. And it still has a gap of 1 second as well. And really not a lot going on as of right now. It seems like Andrew Glock is also nearly driving away. 3.8 seconds to Mohammed Patel. And there's not really any battle going on as of right now. Maybe Arnold there, who is having his teammate behind him, but I don't see them doing too much either, as you can't run behind them too long either, or your engines will overcook. That's right, worse. It is a 1 minute and 20-second gap nearly towards from Paretsky to the leader. There are exactly 3 tenths between Daniel and Patel. Patel is really being faster right now.
Yeah, Patel. I mean, I think it's not Patel being faster. I think it's just Daniel falling off a bit.
Yeah, you can see the tires really falling off for the Mercedes right now. They looked better in the earlier stages of the race, but now they just fall off the cliff for him. So the closest gap right now is Arnold, who is on the back there of Brotschuk in the Haas. And that falls in the adventure run past the Haas as well, but I don't think he's too far as of right now. Once 9 tenths behind Arnold is Gamba. That's 4 tenths. It is 3 tenths. Maybe that might be a run actually for the Arnold. But is he close enough? He's a little too far back. He needs to be. He had to be 1 tenth closer, then he would have made it. But right now, he is stuck behind again. Now lose out again. So really, a nearly dull race, I would say. I'd expect more, to be honest, from this legendary circuit. We've had a lot of iconic moments happen on this track. Right now, it's just not a lot happening.
Yeah, quite strange that we aren't having much action from such a legendary circuit as the Nürburgring. Obviously, the circuit was called up last minute, so we didn't really have much of a choice, and we couldn't really test everything out. But oh, Gamba getting a bit close to Arnold. But yeah, Alex not looking to be able to close down the gap on Protec. And I mean, well done to Protec for holding that P9, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I think Gamba is too far back as well for a move. This ain't it for him. The Force Indias have been scrapped behind each other for the whole of the race pretty much. But no one's really in the spot of an overtaking opportunity as of right now. As we see, it's 4.3 seconds from Daniel to Mohammed. What happened? What happened to that Mercedes? Maybe an engine issue we can consider as well. He's just down in power. But now he's coming back in. So I wouldn't say it's an engine issue actually. Patel absolutely runs away there. But we can see Paretsky now is entering the first corner, so they come close to the back markers. The back markers are not somewhat to underestimate in this championship. And no blue flag rules either. So now Gamba actually goes for something. Goes for the move on the inside there, on the grass. Then they touch each other again there. And it's a repeat of what we've seen before. With Arnold being the front runners right now. Well, there's not really a space for the overtake, so that means Gamba has to stick behind again for a whole lap. Or maybe he can get a run. No, he's too far back again. 6 tenths. Yeah, that's too far.
These two Force India drivers have been absolutely at it with each other all these 26 laps.
Patel there goes for a move. Don't really see anything happen there. Someone makes a mistake. And yeah. As Frederick Suto is 26 seconds behind Cloud. Cloud can literally make a free stop right now and go for the fastest lap pretty much. Even though it's not really used right now, he could technically do it. So someone's locked up there actually massively. I think there was the Italian Setti there, yeah. It was, I think.
We'll
lock the tires there. And that might not help her. The Italian now has two flat tires to pretty much to work with. Two square tires, someone would say. And she still has some vibration in the cockpit right now, which might not be pleasurable. So I want to have a look at the tires quickly, and yeah, you can see. I had the two Force Indias go for a scrap again, but it's just that little bit too far now. Yeah, the accident's gone. No momentum either. So yeah, a very dull race till now. We got still 7 laps to go, so who knows what might bring at us. So we can see Paretsky now into that corner, and that means Mohammed Patel is really closing up right now. So yeah, he'll definitely catch him up.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think traffic's gonna play a big role because Daniel is 4.5 off Patel, so unless Paretsky somehow goes into the side of Patel or something, I don't think Mohammed is gonna be losing this race win. But someone who's gonna be losing the points position possibly here is Alexander Arnold, as Franco Gamba overtakes him.
Yeah.
Into turn 15.
Must have made a mistake there. It was 2 seconds slower. But you were talking about backmark. I think the backmarkers proved to lose a lot of lap time. So who knows? Is there? Yeah, you can really see him framing down. Yeah, Patel already has to go in a different line there. So here you go. And there in the background, you can see already 3 tenths 1. And sitting behind is not fun. And in these cars, so there he tries to go for a move. Patel now really needs to watch his back, as it's still 6 laps to go, and the blue flags are not being waved as well at the moment. Can you do something? I don't think so right now to get past.
Daniel's actually closing in.
Yeah, he is. You're right there. As there, Patel really goes wide.
Oh no, this is not good for Red Bull.
Yeah, that's really tough. You can see there, Patel getting frustrated down to the crash helmet there. He really wants to get out of the way. But yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen. Is Daniel gonna be close enough to go for a move? Or will perhaps Patel do something that's gonna cost him more than Daniel. It's here on the back mark, as here on Ratsky. Yeah, he doesn't let him pass either. It's like he's racing him.
Oh no, this is horrible news for Mohammed Patel. It is Red Bull deja vu here at the Nürburgring.
We've seen
it as a flashbacks to Australia all over again, but this time with the other Red Bull driver. As Darbo's Daniel, you can see him there on the TV camera.
There's a wide line, he can't do it. He can't get past. He's really, yeah, now 1.1 second it is. And look, 3 seconds lost just because he was behind another car.
Oh,
that is horrible there.
Yeah, this is horrible for Mohammed Patel. His comfortable race lead has turned into a bit of a, how was I going to say this? Turned it to a bit of an issue now with the back markers, as Daniel's going to be catching him. Both of these two will be first-time winners if they finish like this. So yeah, if Daniel gets the overtake done, he will win for the first time. If Patel stays, he will be a first-time winner as well. As here we go, Daniel's going to try it.
Daniel.
As
I go set it on the inside. It's really tough to overtake on the inside there. They nearly touch.
Oh, very close between the two.
Very close.
As now they head to the Michael Schumacher S's.
To the Schumacher as we go. And now you lose out to spec marker. So Daniel right now, but also as Patel. As Patel really frustrated there, but the back marker can also help Patel out eventually when he gets past, as then he can block off Daniel. Who knows?
Yeah, we're gonna see now as they approach the turn 11, the Warsteiner curve. Or sorry, turn 12 that was.
Yeah.
Now the last chicane, turn 13 and 14. But Paratsky is still holding. I can't believe he's still holding on and not letting Patel through.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's a secret scheme because it's not, but yeah, you can still fantasize. But Patel, oh, this is horrible for him. He's under pressure from the Mercedes, just trying everything he can to get past the McLaren because he needs to do that as fast as possible, as Daniel is just all over the back of that Red Bull.
There are two Saubers side as well. There's two Saubers as well, very close.
Well, there are two Saubers as well. Even if Daniel gets past Patel, he's gonna have to overtake the Saubers as well. So this is really just a bit of a game of chess, to be honest.
So it goes nearly off the track there.
Oh!
Look at that.
Is this lap 30 of 34?
Yeah, it's 30 of the 34.
I mean, you can really hear how this race has gotten more interesting now with the back markers. So here we go. Daniel's gonna try it, but no, it's not enough.
And it's gonna lose your momentum as Daniel.
Back what I was gonna say. You can really tell just how much our tone of voice changed now that things are getting interesting. I mean, 5 laps ago, we were barely talking. Now we're just, I mean, yeah. But yeah, good that we're at least having some form of exciting racing.
That's not a place where you want to do a wider line, Patel. It's now on the inside. They go wheel to wheel. We've seen Johansson take over Graf on the inside. There's a collision there. They both go off.
Oh, and they're both off.
They both went up. Johansson goes past, and Patel loses out.
I think Patel's stuck.
Yeah, Patel's stuck. The race lead, and that's
stuck.
Now there's a Mercedes 1-2.
Takes the lead.
Was there Dennis Graf?
Oh no, that is heartbreak for Mohammed Patel.
Yeah, he's actually stuck there. And now Jesper Johansson takes over the lead. And who was he? He put it up pole, I think, as well. As Patel's
Mercedes 1-2. It's a good race for Mercedes, but that is horrible for Mohammed Patel. He goes from the most comfortable race leads to a DNF, stuck in the grass at the last turn. That is just heartbreaking to hear and see, honestly. But Darbo's Daniel lost the lead to his teammate Jesper Johansson.
Yeah.
So yeah, quite ironically, Johansson still somehow takes the lead.
Might be Johansson's first win. Is that Johansson's first win as well? I'm not even sure.
No, Johansson won in Bahrain.
Yeah.
And
but that also puts both Force Indias into the points. And it puts FG and P6. Now it's 3 laps, and the back markers probably are not over yet, as they come in as the leaders, are lapping 2 seconds a lap faster.
Yeah, now a Mercedes 1-2, but oh, what horrid luck for Patel, honestly. You have to feel bad for the guy, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Had it not been for the back markers, he would have
been the most comfortable win of the season so far.
Honestly, Johansson now has to do the task of getting past Prix, but now 2 laps remaining, so maybe, I don't know. But that is, yeah, really rotten luck for Patel. So we're gonna see if Johansson will get held up by Prix as well. But yeah, he looks to be closing in on him sometime a bit. And Daniel is falling back a bit, so Johansson really pulling out the pace now, but yeah, he does not want to get he does not want to be stuck behind that McLaren.
Yeah, and it's very tough. We've seen yes, they come again, and I already started to feel dirty from the back marker. So Johansson really wants to know what's up before imagine Graf taken actually. As the 2 Mercedes might scrap there. It's 3 laps to the 3 laps actually to the finish. 2 laps for the final one. As here we see, yeah, here he is already, Johansson.
Oh yeah, he's being held up.
Yeah, you see. So weaves around trying to get past, and you also have to keep in mind the tires and stuff. Everything's overheating right now. That's gonna cost him so much space as he tries to do the same thing as Patel. That didn't work out. He might want to fancy something different. Yeah, there goes Daniel on the inside.
Daniel on his Mercedes teammate. Now as they head down to turn 1, Daniel's on the inside, Johansson's on the outside.
You can see there bounce.
He has the better traction, but he's gonna stay ahead for now. And holds the lead for the moment, but Daniel is not done. As Prix, I mean, honestly, this guy, he is a really big threat to race leaders. I mean, this guy, as Gamba finally gets past Alexander Arnold for P9 now. So the Force India is still at it, but Johansson, I mean, this guy is like a brick wall. You can't get past him. He just makes his car just as wide as possible. I mean,
yeah. Oh, look at that, bit wide there, a bit sloppy, I would imagine there.
Yeah, Daniel is 3 tenths behind. This is tense.
This is very tense.
We're now lap 33 of 34. We're gonna see if Daniel's gonna have to get really just gonna have to pull out pace now as we approach the last lap.
I don't think you will do this on the chicane there, especially on your teammate, if you know that went wrong a few times there already. There. No, there. He goes defensive. There on the inside.
Oh, is he gonna try it? Oh, that is really close. And Perezzi's off and they make contact. But Prix has been cleared. And that is really good news for Johansson, as that is gonna allow Daniel to get stuck behind him now.
Graf now comes into place. Oh, and that might be good news for the home hero as we go in the final lap. That's pretty much the white flag there.
Final lap, there's a bit of lock up there behind. Might have been Graf actually. I'm not sure, but Johansson, I think he has the win in the bag. So it might be another win for Jesper Johansson.
Oh, that's the Sauber's coming to play.
Wait, let's check P3. I want to see that.
Go to P3 there.
Yeah. Dennis Graf. We're gonna watch him.
The battle for P2 is very tense. Down the inside goes Klaus down.
Graf on the grass as well. That is absolute. These guys are pushing it to the absolute limit. You can tell. Klaus lines up side
for the podium positions
and takes the win. But Graf is gonna come back at him. No,
but
he
isn't.
Too
far.
Klaus takes P3 on the last lap. That is crucial for him. So Red Bull will at least be able to score a podium in this race.
Yeah, that must feel really sour for the Red Bull team, as you know they could have had a win, but they're still the McLaren driver, and who knows what that can bring. It's not over. It's definitely over.
Yeah, Daniel, 3.3 seconds. He's just losing time. Is Klaus gonna try on Daniel?
I think so, but
well, check that. But check Johansson.
Here comes Johansson, our race winner today. who managed to get past the back marks. I think they're in the background. Graf actually went past Klaus again. So yeah, it is Johansson who takes the win. In the background, it's Daniel and Graf finish off the podium places. As there, Klaus fell off the podium there.
Just lost little Klaus.
Yeah.
On the last few corners, but Jesper Johansson, not the race winner I was predicting today, but congratulations to Jesper on another race win. And that was Daniel for rounding it out in P2.
Yeah. So it's a Mercedes 1-2 for, well, I don't know. Have they done it before? I don't think so in the championship. As it's a Mercedes 1-2 after a 0-point finish, they struck back. As there, P3 for the home hero. As you can see there, the damage on the sideboards, on the side bots there, a lot of damage. As there, it is. Eventually, Frederick Suto in P5, Miran FG finished on his original starting position, then Passini P7 there, great result by Williams there. Then Prochuk in the Haas goes P8, Franco Gamba P9, Arnold rounds up the points in P10, Cicetti falls outside the points there, Kulasek and Renault Patel finish, a 0 points finish for Renault. There,
but
look at that. Oh, look, what is this? Oh my.
A bit of post-race racing.
I wonder what's going on there.
Something like that. But yeah, honestly, that was certainly an interesting race, I must say.
An interesting finish to the race would be the better wording.
Yeah. But Jesper Johansson, congratulations to him on another race win, and commiserations to Mohammed Patel. So unfortunate for him to DNF, but
yeah, this one is.
Yeah,
also.
I think that will be it from me and Rowan today for the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship. Thank you everyone for watching, and we will catch you all when the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship returns tomorrow for Formula E. So